Hey guys, what's going on? Drewzy here, coming at you with another Destiny 2 video for the channel, and today guys we're going to quickly go over the best guns in all the different weapon types for Destiny 2. There are 12 different weapon types for the game currently in Destiny 2, and we're going to go through all the best for all 12 of those classes. We're going to go start from the power weapons and quickly work our way up to the kinetic weapons at the top. So let's go ahead and just get started with the video. So the first weapon we're going to look at is the shotgun, and it's the HAWTHORNE'S Field Forged Shotgun. I have done a breakdown of the Field Forged Shotgun a little bit earlier in one of my other videos. It was one of my hunter guide videos, but lightweight frame, really nice for the hunter's Field Forged Shotgun. Makes you able to move around. The full auto is what makes it so good in the shotgun class. The fact that it can be fired at full auto just does devastating amount of damage to elite enemies in the raid, in any scenario pretty much. Not the greatest for PvP, but is a phenomenal PvE shotgun, which is why it's my top shotgun for the shotgun class. Next, for fusion rifles, the MERCILESS. The MERCILESS is the easy winner here. Yes, there's going to be some exotics, there's going to be some legendaries in this breakdown video, so I do apologize for that. So it may be more difficult for you to get these things, but as you go through, conservative momentum, non-lethal hits with projectiles make the weapon charge faster, and wielder gets until the wielder gets a kill, which is phenomenal for the raid, is phenomenal for any major elite in public events and things like that. It's phenomenal for PvE. Again, not great for PvP, but it's just a great weapon for PvE, so much so that it over trumps the fact that it's not great in PvP. So the MERCILESS, in my opinion, is the easy winner for the fusion rifle. Next, we're going to look at the sword, and this sword is the raid exclusive sword that you get to hopefully drop for you in the raid. I was able to get it to drop in the raid, and it's just a phenomenal sword to use, primarily for the fact that it has Hungering Blade, it has Sword Guard, Whirlwind Blade, and Relentless Strikes. Landing 3 strikes in a short time grants you sword ammo. Getting that extra sword ammo, especially when you're competing in the raid, just does so much damage. I've seen it used in PvP. I've seen it used a lot in PvE, especially in the raid, which is why it's a raid item. So why would you not use it in the raid? But it's just a lot of these weapons are more primarily for PvE, but some of them can be used in both scenarios. This one can be used in both scenarios, but it's just so good in PvE that it trumps the PvP lack of greatness, so I'd say. So that's why I'm putting it as the best sword. Some of you are going to disagree with some of the different items that I'm going to choose here. Let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about it. For the next one, we're going to go with the sniper rifle. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't use the sniper very much, but the PROSPECTOR is probably the best one that I've used. Expensive payload creates an area impact detonation. Explosive payload is a phenomenal trait to have on any gun. The more guns you can have it on, the better you're going to do. So that's why I put it in this slot. It also fires full auto, or rapid fire, you could say. I like that for the PvE setting, and I think that it's also useful in PvP because I'm just bad at shooting with sniper rifles. So the fact that you can fire it at a full auto capabilities, as well as having that explosive payload, just makes it a great weapon to have. So that's why I chose the PROSPECTOR. I know that PlayStation has an exclusive sniper rifle. As far as I know, it's not mind-blowingly amazing. So of course I play on Xbox, as you can see from the intro video that I make for the channel. So I don't have it, I don't have access to it. So this is the best sniper rifle that I could think. If you can think of a better sniper rifle, let me know in the comments down below. For grenade launcher, the PROSPECTOR, let's be honest, the grenade launcher is terrible. There are not really any great grenade launchers. This is the closest thing you're going to do, just because of the fact that this fires in full auto. The full auto capabilities of the PROSPECTOR is pretty much the only reason why I have it as the best grenade launcher. You don't see grenade launchers used very often. I've seen them used in PvP very, very vaguely. I do not see it in PvE hardly at all because they're not good really in either scenario. I don't know why they got rid of light mag from Destiny 1 in Destiny 2 in replace for the grenade launcher, because to me the grenade launcher is trash. I don't know why it's in here, but I had to put it in here. This is the top, it's one of the weapon types in Destiny 2. So, you go crazy with whatever one you feel like it, but this one, in my opinion, is the best. Last but not least, we'll go with rocket launchers for the power, and Sins of the Past, again, a raid gun that you can get. It's the best rocket launcher in the game. Cluster bomb, it's so phenomenal in PvE. It's used a lot in PvP as well, but it's way better for PvE, in my opinion, than PvP. If you need a PvP rocket launcher, the Morgan is the best way to go. The fact that it'll automatically reload over a short period of time is really nice, again, in the raid when you're not using your rockets all the time, so you can slowly get that ammo back. Along with cluster bomb, it's just devastating. It does so much damage in a PvE setting, and again, it's primarily a PvP weapon, but you can use them both, which is kind of rare in some of these guns that I'm going to showcase here. But it's the best rocket launcher, almost hands down. If you don't have a curtain call, or if you don't have this gun, the curtain call is the next best thing, but it is the best rocket launcher overall. Next, we're going to look at sidearms real quick, and the Last Hope is the best sidearm in my opinion. There are a lot of sidearms that are pretty similar, but the Amelon are the best sidearms in the game. Zen Moment is really, really nice, increasing stability for the gun as you cause damage over time. But one of the big things that's different about this one is the fact that it fires a 3-round burst instead of just, you know, auto fire. Essentially, it's a 3-round, almost a pulse rifle bursting firing sidearm. It's devastating in PvP. It's one of the best. It's the best PvP sidearm, hands down. I don't think that's up for debate in all honesty. And it can be used in PvE, but it's so devastating in PvP. That's why it made the list as far as sidearms. Not a lot of great sidearms to choose from, but if you got to pick one, any of the Amelon ones are great. But the Last Hope, in my opinion, is the best one out of all of those sidearms. Next, we're going to look at submachine guns and the Antelope D, which is a primary weapon, not a secondary, not an energy weapon, but it's the best submachine gun in the game. It's devastating in PvP. I haven't really used it in PvE that much, to be honest with you. Kill clip is really, really nice. Probably could be decent in PvE, but because it's a primary gun, you don't really want to use a submachine gun in the primary slot, especially in a PvE setting. But it's one of the best PvP guns, hands down, in Destiny 2, in my opinion. I did use it in my Hunter PvP build guide. So, you know, try it out if you haven't. The Antelope D, pretty easy to get. You can get it from most vendors, but it's the best submachine gun in either the energy class slot or in the kinetic weapon slot. So that's why I chose it, primarily because of its PvP dominance, not its PvE dominance, which is rare in the cases of these guns. But try the Antelope D out. It's a great submachine gun. Next, we're going to look at hand cannon, probably the worst kinetic type, in my opinion, as far as the different types of weapons. But the Better Devils is the best hand cannon, in my opinion, in the game. Because, again, it has explosive payload, which is really, really nice. Able to do that. It has adaptive frame, which is really nice. A nice grip, reliable, sturdy. And explosive payload, again, as we discussed with the sniper rifle that I chose, explosive payload is a phenomenal trait and is why the Better Devils is so good. It has very good impact. It has really good fire rate, in my opinion. It fires very quickly for a hand cannon, and with explosive payload, you really can't go wrong. It's a fun hand cannon to use. It can be used in both PvP and PvE. It's way better in PvE than PvP, in my opinion, but it can be used in both. I've seen it used in both scenarios. Next, we'll look at pulse rifles and the Nightshade. This was a tough one because there's a decent amount of pulse rifles. I'm going to make a pulse rifle video here in the future showcasing why I think pulse rifles are a little underrated. But the Nightshade lightweight frame is nice, can be used in both a PvP and a PvE setting. It's the best PvE pulse rifle without question, mostly because of kill clip. Yet again, kill clip is just so great. Reloading after kill grants increased damage, so if you get a quick kill, reload the gun very quickly, and it has very quick reload speed, as you can see down below. Really reload it very quickly, and then you can just do devastating amount of damage, or increased damage, throughout the course of your gameplay. So I love Nightshade. I've seen it used in both PvE and PvP. I've used it in both settings. Better in PvE, but can be used in both. So it's a hybrid kind of gun that can be used in both settings, and that's why it's good. If you want a PvE pulse rifle, you definitely want to go with Vigilance Wing, however, over the Nightshade. Next, the auto rifle, the best gun in the game, in my opinion, the Ariel's Gift. I love this gun phenomenally. It's one of the best PvP guns. It's one of the best PvE guns. It's the best gun overall. Precision frame. It just doesn't move. It stays stagnant. It's very, very accurate, and it fires at a very long range for an auto rifle. It's just so devastating in so many ways. And one of the nice things about it is high caliber rounds. High caliber rounds helps you in PvP. It helps you in PvE because it creates a knock stun on the target, which makes it harder for them to shoot if you're fighting in the Crucible, or if you're fighting in a PvE setting in the raid or anywhere else. And it's so good. Also, tap the trigger is a nice trait as well for the short period increased stability again. So it has ridiculous stability. It has ridiculous range. It's so good. High caliber rounds and all the precision buffs just make it the best gun in the game. I mean, it's up for debate. I'm not going to argue with it because I love the Ariel's Gift. I've got it very early in the game, very luckily, and I'm so glad that I have it because it is phenomenal. And last but not least, we're going to go with scout rifles. The Nameless Midnight is again, with the Ariel's Gift, are in debate for the best gun in the game as well. It's the best PvE scout rifle. The best PvP scout rifle would be the Mida, but the Nameless Midnight can work in both settings. I've been successful with it in both types of both PVE or PvP because, again, explosive payload. But explosive payload with this gun, because of its precision, because it has great reload speed, it has great impact and range. It's just a great scout rifle. It fires very smoothly. It fires very nice. It doesn't sway a lot. But with explosive payload and the fact that it pretty much stays down sight with its precision frame and does devastating amount, and you can do devastating amount of damage with it, I really like the Nameless Midnight. I think it is an underrated PvP weapon, and it can be used more. But I just think because the Mina gives you radar is really, really nice for PvP over the Nameless Midnight. But, you know, again, these are the guns that I went with and chose for this breakdown video. All 12 guns and all 12 different types. Let me know down below again what you think about this review guide. If you think that, you know, I missed something, if you think I was wrong in other areas, let me know. It helps, you know, give me feedback to know kind of where to go with in the future. But until next time, guys, my name is Drewzy.